Welcome everyone. This is the follow-up podcast to our MONTAUK trip that took place about a week and a half ago. And we wanted to share with you some of the artifacts that we were fortunate enough to obtain and also try and explain the significance we think they have. But let's start by framing things. Much like the Titanic exhibitions that travel around the country with their artifacts, similar to the teacup that the captain drank out of before they hit the berg, or even the plate that the unsinkable Molly Brown ate off of on that fateful night. It's more like a dish, isn't it? And we're going to be talking about radar dishes, so there's a nice little segue into dishes. So let's start with the minor artifacts. I was lucky enough to bump into two locking mechanisms on the floor of the tower, and I selected them because they were small enough to fit in my pocket. I didn't want to take piping or tubes or anything too cumbersome. I was nervous the whole time about being caught. You know, how do you explain, rummaging around in an old, military base, being bailed out of jail? It's just not a good thing. So I was nervous the whole time and also freaked out by the place. So these two things fit in my pockets. After the fact, I realized maybe they had some significance. Locks, unlocking memories. So I realized it was just perfect timing and serendipity. I did wrap one up in plastic because I wanted to carry it around in my pocket. Hopefully the memories would kind of, seep into me. And I wrapped this up, and it kind of looks creepy actually now. But the other one is heavily corroded, so we're going to do something else with that. The first night I put this in my pajama pocket, and I wanted to sleep with it. And even while watching TV and drinking wine, I was triggered, and whether it was the lock or not, it wasn't pretty. So I'm not going to be playing with this for a while. But the major find is the dish fragment. Originally this was one piece, and we just tore it apart just for ease of eking under the fence there. This is a fragment of this dish here, and I might add that the water tower has been stripped down. You might have, if you've watched the video, it looks completely different. So this part here is gone. I don't know what happened to it, if it was weather or maybe somebody came in and stripped it down. So these fragments are part of this dish, and all of the frequencies that were beamed through the dish out to the public, to the individuals that were experimented on. This metal is encoded with those frequencies. It's fascinating to think about, but also dangerous because we don't know what astral smoke is going to be seeping out of this. It could be specific to individuals that have resonance with it. And also on a physical level, this is corroded. You look at it the wrong way, you're going to cut yourself. So it's dangerous all around. We've got some brawn mergers here to help us out. And what I wanted to do, well, actually before that, I wanted to just give my own 2 cents on, there was a, at the beginning of the original podcast, there was a cab driver that explained to us a couple of years ago in Montauk, the dish was actually moving, this dish rather, was moving on its own. The military came in. I'm not going to go over that again, but the dish was moving by itself, and many folks came in to corroborate that no one could have moved it. So it's my opinion that the folks in Antarctica, Station 211, they are controlling the tower right now, and well, time will tell, but I know Stuart does scans, and the Kuiper's Belt is connected to Station 211, so we'll see. But I also wanted to have my fellow explorer explain how she put 2 and 2 together, because the first day we ran into this thing, we just thought it was a mess, detritus, and this is her find. I did not, put it together at all. It was part of the dish, so I'd like to have her explain what led to that realization.
Okay. Well, at first look, when you look at this stuff, it just looks like a bunch of junk. And so much of the stuff around the tower just looked like trash. There were so many empty spray paint cans, broken bottles, just litter. And I don't know, we were walking over stuff that looked like this, and I was just thinking, like, what a mess. The kids, they didn't clean up after themselves. These circles here, they look exactly like the same diameter as a spray paint can, so I thought that maybe it was related. That was my first guess. I just thought it was trash. But after we had actually climbed up as far as we could go with the tower, and we were ready to leave, I was looking up at the dish, and I was like, oh my gosh, the thing's falling apart. It could just fall apart any day now. And then I took another look, and I was like, wait a minute, those circles look really familiar. And I said to my partner in exploration, you know that crap that we were stepping over? I think it's part of the dish. And then we were like, oh my gosh, we're going to go find that again. And we did, and this is what we have. And danger falling objects. It would be a real danger, that's for sure. Danger to even handle it.
A lucky find indeed. And just to finish things off, I wanted to say that we're going to donate a portion of this to Aunt Janae and Uncle Stuart at Expansions. So we're going to be either mailing or delivering this in person to them. And this will go in their, I think it's located in their basement. They do have an artifact room there. I think it might be next to Stuart's gym, I'm not quite sure. But this will be in addition to their artifact room. I spoke to Stuart, and he's thrilled to have a piece of the dish. And you know, we came back in one piece. Being around those vibrations, a lot of you folks might think that, you know, why would anyone want to go there? But we were drawn there, and you know, the universe has its plan. So, and we're not schizos yet, so we'll see what happens. But we'll let you know if things get freaky. And thanks for tuning in.